What's going on, guys? It's Brandon back here again today. I just need to move the whiteboard a little bit to my right. There we go. And this part came up. Let's fix this. Whiteboard, after all these years, is finally starting to fall apart on this side, but it's nothing that's not fixable. So, hello everyone, and welcome back today to a different video than we've done all summer. Because we haven't done any career videos all summer, and I thought, let's change the pace. We've done 3 consecutive season videos. Why not get a career video in here? And today, we're going to be talking about a pick that the Hawks probably would like to have back. Drafted 3rd overall in 2004, we have Cam Barker. Barker was a player I remember from my childhood because I played NHL 10, and then by the end of 2010, I didn't understand trades at the time. I mean, the Hawks really didn't really make any, but I knew that he was gone by the end of 2010, and I never saw him or heard from him again. So how did this 3rd overall pick end up busting, to say the least? 2005-2006, he makes his debut after being drafted in 2004. So the lockout season, maybe he gets his debut in there, probably not as a defenseman. He plays 1 game, no goals, no assists, no points, and he goes right back to his WHL team. I believe it was in the WHL, but he plays the 1 game, I believe it was the first game of the season, and then he goes back for the rest of the year. 2006-07, he begins the season in Rockford, but he gets called up for the last 35 games. He has 1 goal, 7 assists, and 8 points. The Hawks are not a playoff team at this point. They're pretty bad. Of course, 2006, they get Taves. 2007, they get Kane. So, in 2002, you get Keith. 2003, you get Seabrook. 2004, you get Barker. 2005, Jack Skilly, never really worked out. 2006, you got Taves. 2007, you got Kane. You think, okay, we got a solid defense core, and we got a solid 2 forwards we're building around. And then 2007-08, he begins the season in Rockford again, when he probably should have come up and played on this team already. 6 goals, 12 assists, 18 points in 45 games. And overall, good totals for a rookie. He hasn't played a full season yet. In total, it's 45 and 35. That's 80 games. He's played 81 games. So through his first 3 seasons, he has played 81 games. So you can't really judge a guy. And overall, he had 26 points in those his first 81 games. That's not bad for a 3rd overall pick defenseman. Would you like him a little better? Probably, but it's fine. 2008-09. This is where things get a little off the rockers. He starts in the minors again. And this prevents him from possibly being one of the highest point total defensemen in the league that season. 2008-09, 68 games played, 6 goals, 34 assists, 40 points. Out of nowhere, Barker just becomes that 3rd overall pick defenseman, and in the playoffs, his journey continues. In 17 games, he has 3 goals, 6 assists, 9 points. So it looks like we got Taves, Kane, Keith, Seabrook, Barker, sharp as depth. Jarmelson's coming up as well. You sign Brian Campbell. Overall, this team's looking pretty good the next bit. The only thing you have Javi Bulin in net. Of course, you let him go in free agency. You go with Hue and Niemi. Probably would have liked to have a better goaltending tandem. And then a mistake happens. The mistake that possibly cost Cam Barker his career. In 2000, before the 2009-10 season and the 2009 offseason, the Hawks have a bunch of RFAs. There's 6 RFAs that they have to qualify. The NHLPA files a grievance that they didn't do it in time, so they all become unrestricted free agents. The Hawks sign all those unrestricted free agents, but that is the thing. They're unrestricted free agents. Anyone can sign them, so they have to outbid everyone else to get them. So Barker ends up signing a 3-year, $9.25 million deal. So that's about give or take, $3.08 million a season. And after that season, he deserves it. 40 points in 68 games. If he played the full season, he probably has around 50 points. Overall, that's a pretty good deal for what Barker brought. But unfortunately, the Hawks have salary cap crunches. And in the 2009-10 season, in 51 games, he doesn't have as good of a season at all. 4 goals, 10 assists, 14 points with the Hawks. But at the deadline, he's traded on February 12th to Minnesota for Kim Janssen and Nick Leddy. Nick Leddy, of course, becomes a good Hawks defenseman. He kind of replaces Barker in that fact in the 2010-11 season in the playoffs. And then he becomes that full-time defenseman who's still playing today. Kim Janssen was some depth to add, and I don't even think he played in the playoffs, to be honest. But in the rest of the season with Minnesota, 19 games played, 1 goal, 6 assists, 7 points. So he had 5 goals, 16 assists, 21 points that season. Definitely a fallback. 2010-11, Minnesota tries one more year with Barker. 52 games played, 1 goal, 4 assists, 5 points. So they buy him out. They bought out his contract. And in 2011-12, he's a free agent where he signs with Edmonton. 25 games played, 2 goals, no assists, 2 points. He's a free agent once again. Vancouver signs him in January. 14 games played, no goals, 2 assists, 2 points. Before he goes over to Europe, he plays in the KHL. He plays in basically every European league you can. Only one time in the playoffs through his entire career was a pretty good showing. But his career totals, 310 games played, 21 goals, 75 assists, 96 points. And the playoffs, 17 games played, 3 goals, 6 assists, 9 points. In his career attributes, he had some like all rookie WHL, all rookie AHL awards, stuff that typically you get when a guy these younger guys. But World Juniors gold in 2005 and 2006, and then he gets a gold at the Spengler Cup in 2012. So some international awards there for Cam Barker, and it's a shame. This is a career. It's not like Jack Skilly where it just never worked. Barker did have a season where it fully worked. If you were playing, he was a left shot defenseman, I believe, if I remember correctly. I honestly don't remember. But if you have Keith and Seabrook, and then you have Jarmos and Barker, you move on from you don't sign Brian Campbell. He gets those top 4 minutes, or even if you do Campbell, Barker, Jarmelson, he was a younger guy. He could have played third pairing minutes with whoever. If you wanted Sopel, if you wanted Boyden, whoever. But it's a real shame that Barker never worked out. But if they don't get Barker, they don't get Leddy, and Leddy they don't end up screwing that trade up too. But yeah, overall, sad how his career ended in the NHL, but a player that I think had a chance to succeed, and the Hawks kind of failed on him, to say the least. Anyway, I want to thank you all so much for watching this video, and I shall see you all in the next one. Have a good one.